your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Welcome back. The Church of God of Prophecy, honoring 15 women this past Sunday, had the 21st anniversary celebration of Godly Women of Excellence. And for their mentorship of young women, this year's theme, The Power of Mentoring. Guest speaker, Minister Stephanie Burrows, congratulating the honorees, noting that it was a privilege to be among godly, virtuous, and noble women of God.
There are many upright women in this world. But you as mentors in this sanctuary this afternoon, you surpass them all.
She reminded the women that they must always be an example to those they're mentoring.
We must teach them how to live wisely and be pure in mind, pure in body, and pure in speech. The word tells us that our bodies are the temple of the Lord. And you know, what we ever get in our minds or in our hearts come out of our mouths. So we must train them to watch and guard their tongues. Stanley and Clint said that mentoring is a relational experience when one person empowers another by sharing God-given resources. Mentoring is about relationship. When you pour your life into another. Mentors are sacrificing because they pour their wisdom, they pour their experiences, they pour their habits of obedience and way of life into someone else.
The Bank of Nova Scotia donating $30,000 to the Ryan's Memorial Hospital. The funds coming at a good time as renovations are ongoing at the healthcare facility. The hospital was severely damaged following Hurricane Dorian in 2019, and since then, the hospital has been in the rebuilding stage. Managing Director of Scotiabank, Roger Archer, traveled to Grand Bahama along with other Scotiabank staff to present the check to hospital authorities during a press conference.
We know that this is a really difficult time. Over the last 2 years, between Hurricane Dorian and COVID, the hospital has been doing excellent work, and we want to continue to contribute to the efforts of the hospital. We want to ensure that the hospital is in position to help the community overcome COVID. So this $30,000 will help with the purchase of ventilator, oxygen monitoring machine, and also two pediatric wheelchairs.
Hospital Administrator Sharon Williams on hand to receive the funds from Scotiabank. Williams says the donation could not have come in at a better time as the hospital is preparing to expand some of its renovations to meet the demands of patients.
It has been a year since the devastation of Hurricane Dorian, and while we are well on the way to recovery, as you can see, our facilities are that much further in its restoration process. It is through the support of the Bahamas government and in partnership with companies and organizations like yourself that we are able to provide more effective care for the community of Grand Bahama.
Tonight, we introduce you to a talented young Bahamian who specializes in making your special day extraordinary. Jamila Mizik tells us more.
It's a wedding gown collection designed with the modern futuristic bride in mind. Kateri collection is the brainchild of 30-year-old Donvaria Duncombe. Donvaria is a school teacher by profession, but she says her love for designing clothing came at a very young age.
I started designing from I was a young girl by, stealing clothes and cutting them up and having little fashion runway shows with my sister. And then eventually I learned how to sew through my teacher Senora Sylvia Cortez. My sister was the person that I would always experiment on, so she was my first model and first everything for my brand. And then eventually I branched off into crochet, which is another one of my loves, because that was my first business. And now I'm here today with Kateri Collection.
The Kateri officially launched in January 2021, and Donvaria says the response so far has been overwhelming. She explains the design process.
What you do is you reach out to me, and then I will let you know within 2 to 3 days the design, the quotes, the materials. And once you decide that you want to book with me, we work together hand in hand from there by taking measurements, ordering the materials, the taping up process. And I pretty much have a series of alterations until the special day.
Donvaria dreams of one day becoming a world-renowned wedding gown designer. She describes how it feels to be a part of such a special day for many women.
It makes me feel so honored because they could have gone to somewhere in the States that's more renowned or reputable, but they decided to come to me. And I feel absolutely elated because really all I do is think about wedding dresses all day. Person should come to me because I'm a person, I will listen to your taste, and I'll also put that specific flair to it so that when you step into your dress, you transform into another person. So I bring out your personality and your taste within all of the pieces that I do.
Jamila Mizik, ZNS Network News.
Yes, I will, because I'm ready to be.
Stay with us, our Facebook friend of the day, still to come.